that this relationship was going to be like no other. There were so many things that they shared in common. Their faith, their goals, their desire for family, their morals and ethics. And the more they dated, the more feelings they had from the beginning that took root inside of both of them. Their friendship grew, their intimacy grew. Now, when I asked Mahsa what drew her to Kevin, she mentioned how ambitious and persistent he is. The fact that he is a pure gentleman. He's decisive. He's handsome. He's articulate. He's calm amidst the storms of life. He has integrity. He's generous. He's smart. He's affectionate. He follows through on what he says he's going to do. She loves that he is fearless and determined with what he sets his mind and heart to do. As to why she wants to marry him, she said, "Kevin is perfect for me. I can't imagine being with anyone else." Now, when I asked Kevin what drew him to Mahsa, he wrote me a book. So I'm going to have to give the readers directions. He spoke of her beauty as a woman, her honesty, her strong morals and values, her devotion, support and respect for him, the fact that she is willing to try new things. He loves that she is ambitious, diligent, silly at times, and carefree. As to why he wants to marry her, he said, "From the first time I met Mahsa, I knew I had found my perfect match." Now, one of the days that they will always remember, and their families, was on September 9th of this year. Kevin and Mahsa went out to Palm Springs to enjoy a great time together. It was Mahsa's birthday, and so as she thought, that's all they were going to celebrate. Well, on that night, they went out to dinner, and it was a great time together. But what was to happen later on that evening is what defined their relationship. You see, at the hotel room, the workers there had put rose petals all over the hotel room. And so what they wrote was, "Will you marry me?" And as Mahsa and Kevin walked into the room, Mahsa looked down, obviously seeing the rose petals. She thought it said, "Happy birthday." That's just a wee bit different. Well, when she realized it said, "Will you marry me?" that was a question she needed to answer. And she thought about it for about a millisecond. And she said yes. And it's because of Mahsa's affirmative response to Kevin that we are here today. Who gives Mahsa to be married to Kevin?
Her parents.
Kevin, go get your bride. Kevin and Mahsa, you probably thought this day would never come, and here it is. 7 months after you met, you're standing here before your family and friends, and you're about to get married. And by the way, this did not catch anyone by surprise, and it certainly didn't catch God by surprise. You see, he knew the both of you. And as we sat and talked in the office and got to know each other, it was so readily apparent why the two of you are with each other. Mahsa, I loved when you said, "I am strong, I am ambitious, and I have a lot of energy, and I react, I've got a lot of emotion." But Kevin is so calm, and he calms me down, and he ministers to me, and he loves me. And Kevin, as I watched you, as Mahsa would talk, you know, the thing is, you just hang on her words. And she does a little bit more talking than you do. I don't know why that is. But the reality is, you so honor her. And because you do listen to her and you love her. And you both have given each other an incredible gift. Mahsa, you have given a gift to a man that every man wants, and that is respect. You really love Kevin. And you love who he is, what he's all about. And you support him and his dreams. And that's a gift no man pushes away, is the respect of a wife to him as a husband. And then, Kevin, you've given Mahsa an incredible gift as a woman, and that is security in the relationship. And there's so many ways that you have done that. through your initiation in the relationship, for your surety throughout the relationship. You knew from the first day you met her, this was going to be the woman you were going to marry. You knew what you wanted. And like a good man, you went out and you hunted. And you brought them in. That person. Here she is. And I thought about a passage for you guys, and I talked with you about it. Solomon, who's one of the wisest men who ever lived, wrote this about marriage in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 8 through 12. Two are better than one, because they have a better return for their labor. If one falls down, the other is there to help him up. Two lying under the same blanket can keep warm, but how can one keep warm alone? Two standing back to back cannot be easily defeated. A triple braided cord is not easily broken. In this passage, and I'll just share just a few little beautiful things about marriage. I've been married 31 years. I absolutely love my wife. And I have experienced this in our marriage, and it's a beautiful thing. Solomon brings out 4 things about marriage. First is the issue of impact. And when he says 2 are better than 1, it's not an addition like one man, one woman become one marriage. It is a multiplying effect. The 2 of you are amazing individuals that come from great families. But you see, God says there's going to be a multiplying impact you're going to have in the world. It's like when you throw a pebble into a pond. It's the rippling effect. And it's going to be exciting to see what you're going to carve out in this world, not just in your jobs, but what you're going to